I would like to welcome everybody on behalf of Swiss halley. My name is Tunde Linard, and I'm going to present to you how everyone can travel much cheaper all around the world with the help of Swiss halley and also a business opportunity. So first of all, I would like to introduce you to the world of Swiss halley, how the services work, what we mean by cheaper, where we can travel, and everything about the background information. And after, I also would like to talk about how we can earn extra money if we recommend Swiss halley to other people. So let's start it. First of all, a little bit of information about the company. We have to know that Swiss halley is not a brand new company. It has been on the market since 1998, but originally it didn't deal with tourism. However, they dealt with electronics and printing industry. During the recession around 2008, they made a decision to invest their capital money into something which is much more lucrative, and that is tourism. We will soon very fast how much tourism it is, which is going up and increasing considerably. Well, Swiss halley is a shareholding company, and they decided to make a kind of travel agency. That was the original plan. But then they changed their mind, because we all know that the travel agency has so many expenses. And if we are talking about more travel agencies all around the world, it's a huge fortune. So they changed their mind and they said they are rather doing something online, a so-called booking search engine. With the help of these three distributor companies who had contacts with many hotels all around the world, they integrated 196,000 hotels all around the world in 190 countries, and it took legally 3 years. Officially, the booking engine was opened in 2011 in March, and since that time many people booked from the world and also made some money with the help of Swiss halley. We can see a couple of countries here, including the United States to Romania and Guyana, but this list keeps increasing. The latest country which has just got up to the list is, for example, Malaysia. So what we do basically is to show people how they can travel much cheaper, how they can get to places such as Rome to have a lovely cappuccino by the Colosseum, or to get to Paris to take a stroll by the Eiffel Tower, enjoying it and paying much less money. Or if someone longs for a lovely beach such as Bora Bora, how they can access and have offers for a more reasonable price. Basically, everyone has different reason why they love to travel. I think we all do agree that almost everyone in the world loves traveling, because it is about having unforgettable memories, it is about recreation and recharging your body and your soul. It's about spending time with your family and discover the world, or to behold the beauties of our planet, or just to have a carefree relaxation. Of course, there are some people who love to upload photos to Facebook. It might sound ridiculous, but Facebook is a kind of treasure, because if someone uploads their travel photos to the Facebook with a nice comment, then they will basically don't have to address people on Facebook, but those people will address them who are interested in traveling by Swiss halley. It's not them who will look for inquiring persons, but the people who are interested in will look for them. So that's why I said it's a kind of treasure. The company has many aims, including showing everyone how they can travel for a much better price. But apart from it, the company really would like to help families to improve their quality of life and their life standards. I think we also agree on the fact that there are many different people all around the world. It's also true for travelers, because there are many people who still love traveling with the help of travel agencies, because everything is organized. But we also know that I have mentioned before that the travel agency has monthly expenses, and so that they could make profits, they have to use larger margins for the travels. It means that we will probably pay more for the same travel than on the internet. On the internet, because of the fact that there are no expenses for offices and there aren't as many employees, therefore we can get the same travel offer cheaper. So therefore we can say that there are much more people all around the world who would like to save money, and they consciously pay attention to it, and therefore they rather choose the internet to organize their trip for themselves. It's not only cheaper, but also they can save some time and energy. And we also know that time is money. And if we, for example, would like to book a room for tonight, we are still in the morning, we can do it lying in the bed, going to the internet on the Swiss Halley page, and we can immediately have a real-time reservation and having our confirmation letter to the email address, and we can check in the evening to that so-called hotel. So it's comfortable and we can save time, and also we can say that it's customer friendly. Well, what do we offer to people? We not only offer an opportunity to travel cheaper, so to provide discounts to everybody, but also not to have any limitations, because if somebody would like to travel 364 times a year, then he can do it. But if he wouldn't like to travel at all, that's also possible, so nothing is compulsory, so there are no limitations. The discounts mean that there are discounts from 20 up to 70%. We basically compared these to the booking.com, which is the largest search engine all around the world. We made several comparisons and for several months, and because we always traveled with that, but we realized that 82 cases from 100, our prices at Swiss Halley are better than at booking.com. The prices were changeable. There were cases when it was cheaper just 10%, but there were cases when it was cheaper with 70%, such as Turkey, where we were on holiday in this summer. We booked a 4-star hotel for 5 nights with half board accommodation, and we paid $100. So I think we can say it's traveler friendly as well. If we choose to become a member at Swiss Halley and we would like to travel for good prices, not only us can enjoy these benefits, but also we can take 9 people with ourselves. It means that they will get the same good price. However, they can enjoy it only if I'm traveling with them as well. So it means I cannot lend my membership card to my neighbor, because I also have to be among them and travel with them. But there is only one solution: the fact that we can give a beneficiary within the web office. The beneficiary can also take 9 people with himself or herself whenever he wants to travel, and those people again will enjoy those good prices as well, in spite of the fact that they are not members at Swiss Halley. It's also possible to book different destinations for myself and 9 people, and the beneficiary and for 9 other people can also book another travel at the same time on the same day, but at 2 different destinations, which means that altogether 20 people can enjoy these discounts. And it's important, because if we not only book for a night but 3 nights, and we not only book a room but 3 rooms, we can save a horrendous amount of money. I've mentioned that there are more than 196,000 hotels and boarding houses all around the world in 190 countries. My good news is the fact that these hotels are not only 5-star hotels or Hiltons, but there are 3 and up to 1-star hotels and boarding houses, so we can show to those people as well who are more and who are less well off how they can travel cheaper, and everyone can save money in this case. The number of these hotels keep raising, because it's not only the distributors who can make contracts with the hotels who would like to get up on our websites, but also our travelers can also make suggestions and recommendations about hotels who also would like to sell their offers on our websites. So therefore I said it keeps increasing. Not only holidays or business trips can be booked with the help of Swiss Halley, but also ski trips and flight tickets. Regarding the flight tickets, we have 520 airline companies. and I would like to say it that the discounts here are not 70%, just not to disappoint in this fact, but between 0 or 30%. I said 0% because it happens that our prices here are the same or not as good as on other websites. We have to know that the main profile is definitely the accommodations, and the flight tickets are secondary options. We have to know that we are talking about fuels and kerosene, which is really expensive, so therefore nobody can give that discount on any website either. But I think that the flight tickets are also really great, because if we are looking for a flight ticket, everything is organized in a detailed way. So if we would travel from the US to Australia, all the connections, the waiting time, everything is planned immediately by the search engine, and I think we can also save some time with it. Right. If someone has a problem, any kind of problem, it's also important that in spite of the fact that it's an online website, we can address to someone, because we have a 24-hour hotline. It is operating in several languages, and we can call it if we have, for example, a problem with the reservation or whatever. If we would like to cancel the travel, it's also possible, in most cases 5 days before the travel, and we get guarantee by the company. Now, since January, we also get travel insurance as well, I think, which is also important, and we have to know that the company is insured for 5 million Swiss francs. Okay, so far I have just talked about good prices, but I haven't shown anything yet. So let me show you a couple of prices, what I mean by good prices and cheaper travels. For example, there are family vacations, sightseeing offers, exotic destinations or business trip offers on this slide. The very first one is to Hurghada, to Egypt, to a 5-star hotel, where we can enjoy the good weather for 5 nights, 8 days, all inclusive. For 2 adults and 2 children, it's $400. Exactly $399. Or if you would like to go to Prague, which I think is the most amazing European capital city, so I do recommend everyone to go there at least once in their life, we can have an accommodation at a 3-star hotel for 5 nights, 4 days with breakfast for 2 adults, altogether $89. So I don't think so, it's a fortune. But if someone longs for somewhere further, to Cuba for example, I say further because I'm European, then we can also do it at a 4-star hotel, all inclusive, 10 nights, 11 days in a standard double room for 2 adults. It costs $818. But also business trips are available, such as this Frankfurtian offer as well. These offers are available for anybody on the website. If they go on www.swisshalley.com, they can choose the language for English, and if they do, at least a free registration. If someone recommends you, he will give you his or her link, then they can access these travels without any problem. Okay, let me show you a couple of pictures which the company collected by travelers who have already tried out and traveled with Swiss Halley. Basically, we just get the statistics that each month there are 3,000 nights booked by Swiss Halley, which is a nice number, but of course it keeps increasing again. So far I've talked about the services. Let me show you how these prices available for everyone. So we have to know that Swiss Halley is an exclusive travel club, which means that only those people can benefit these discounts who decide to buy a kind of package, or I could also say to become a member within our community. Well, there are several packages that has different periods that we can enjoy these discounts. Let me show these to you. The very first one is the so-called basic package. With the help of the basic package, we can enjoy the discounts and the benefits throughout a year. It costs $482, and for this value, we not only get the fact that we can book any time within the search engine for ourselves and for 9 other people for such prices that we had seen before, but everybody gets a voucher with the basic package. The voucher is basically a travel travel that we can personally choose wherever and whenever we want. The voucher is valid for 2 adults and 2 children. The children mean 18-year-olds maximum at our company. And the vouchers can be used up until we have a valid membership. So throughout that period that our package lasts. What we also have to know about the voucher, that with the help of the voucher we can travel down this amount of money that we pay for the basic package. How is it possible? It's possible because the nominal value of the voucher is between $480 and $700, which means that we get a tour or we get to travel that value is at least that amount of the basic package or even larger, and we can use it up whenever we want. For example, we can go tomorrow to Greece, to Santorini, if we have a basic package for free, because the value of this trip is at least this amount of money or even larger. So we have a trip holiday in a 3-star hotel for 7 nights for 2 adults with room only, and in this case we don't pay anything. It's also possible that we have symbolic reservation fee, such as in case of Madrid, where we can see an extra $5. These symbolic prices can be between from $0 up to maximum $150. These are symbolic reservation differences or fees. Right, if we don't want to use up the voucher, it's also possible to give it as a gift to anybody. There were companies who used the voucher up for different promotions among their employees to motivate them, so we can do anything with this voucher. Whenever we used it up, we can also, meantime, before or after, book in the other search engine as well for such prices that we had seen before for ourselves and 9 other people. The basic package is valid for a year. If somebody would like to have a longer period while he can enjoy these benefits, it is worth choosing the smart package. If we check the price of it, it's $1,446. So basically we can count it that we pay for 3 years, but it's valid for 4 years. So 1 year is absolutely for free, and we also get 3 vouchers by which we can travel down this amount of money. We can go 3 times to 3 Santorini's holidays that we had seen on the previous slide, or it's also possible to use up the 3 vouchers at the same time. In this case, we get a much larger value, either in a better quality hotel or in an exotic destination. For example, we can go to Las Vegas with 3 vouchers at a 3-star hotel to book a luxury double room for 7 nights, room only for 2 adults, and in this case we don't pay anything, $0, but we've used up the 3 vouchers, and after or before it we can still enjoy the benefits with 10 other people as well. The smart package is valid for 4 years, as we had seen it. There is a possibility to have the business package. I'm going to explain it later on why it is called business package. The price of it is $2,620. It is valid for 5 years and we get 5 vouchers. Again, the vouchers can be used up one by one. We can go 5 times to those Santorini's holidays whenever we want, or we can use the 5 vouchers up at the same time, and we can go to the Maldives to a 3-star hotel for 7 nights with half board, 2 adults, and we use up all the 5 vouchers at the same time, and in this case there is an extra $87 symbolic reservation fee. Right, the very last package is the life package. If we check the price of it, it's $3,374. It's very easy to count it that we pay for 7 years, but in this case we use all the discounts and services for a lifetime, and it can be inherited as well. So I think it has a really good value, and we also get 7 vouchers by which this amount can be traveled down, and we can go to 7 different holidays whenever we want, but also again we can use the 7 vouchers up at the same time, and we can go to Abu Dhabi for a 5-star Meridian hotel for 10 nights with breakfast, 2 adults, and we pay an extra $34 symbolic fee using up the 7 vouchers. To sum it up, let me show you a chart. So there are 4 packages again. The basic package, which is valid for a year. We can enjoy the services and the discounts during a year. We also get a voucher. The nominal value of the voucher is between $480 and $700. So we can travel down the price of this package, which is $482. And the next package is the smart package. We remember that we pay for 3 years, but we use it for 4 years. So 1 year is for free. We get 3 vouchers with this price. This $1,446 can be traveled down. The business package is valid for 5 years. We get 5 vouchers and the price it is $2,625. And the life package, in this case, we pay for 7 years, but we use all the services for a lifetime period and we get 7 vouchers. The price of it is $3,374. Well, we not only get the vouchers and all the services available during these periods, but another thing that I haven't talked about yet, and that can be seen within the chart as well, that in each case we get a so-called small matrix position. Now, I'm going to explain you very soon how the matrices work, but we have to know that these matrices can make some money for us. How is it possible? Well, it's not that complicated. If somebody recommends the Swiss halley or recommends his or her travel to anybody, at least to 2 people, he can make a really nice amount of money from the matrix. I'm going to show you exactly how much money I'm talking about. Right, in the basic package, we get 1 position, because it doesn't matter if you travel or not, if you recommend it not, if you have a package, you will immediately get a position as well. With the basic package, we get 1 position in the small matrix. With the smart package, we get 3 positions, so it's important that we will have 3 times more money than with the first one. And with the business package, we can see a difference. It is called business package because if somebody would like to make more money faster, then it's advisable to choose this package, because we not only get a position in the small matrix, as we can see, we also get a position in the large matrix. What's the difference between these? We will see it. In the big matrix, we can do 12 times more money than in the small one with the same amount of energy and time. Meaning by recommending it to 2 people at least. So it is worth thinking about it. And last but not least, with the help of the life package, we get 7 positions in the small matrix, which can make again a really nice amount of money. Okay, before I talk about the business, let me show you a couple of data why Swiss halley, the company, chose tourism to invest their capital money in it. Basically, we all know that tourism is a huge industry, but maybe we don't know how large it is. I'm going to tell you some statistic that I will quote from the United Nations World Tour Organization, so it's not my statistics, and they say that tourism means 10% of the global GDP. It's interesting because if I take, for example, telecommunications, that means only 2% of the global GDP, which is interesting because almost everyone uses their internet or mobile phone every day, and there are much more money in tourism than in telecommunication. And the reason for it is the fact that we are not talking about need, but we are talking about desires. Traveling, relaxation, being with your family is among everyone's dreams, and everyone is willing to spend more money on their dreams than on their needs. So it's fantastic that we don't have to raise interest in people for traveling, because it's already in their interest, and that's why it is really increasing industry. How increasing it is, we can see some numbers. Annually, the number of travelers worldwide increases by 30 or 40 million people. Last year, for example, on the 13th of December, first time in history, we had the 1 billion travelers in the world. It was a United Kingdom woman who was the first billion person. But it's not only tourism, but if we talk about tourism connecting with internet, it's also interesting how much it is increasing. Basically, it's because of the internet, which is, I think, the most developing industry in the world. And nowadays, 80% of people or travelers already book their flight tickets or holidays or business trips online because they are already aware of the fact that they will book it cheaper than at travel agencies. So the question is not that people will start to make reservations online, because they are already doing it and it's still growing, but the question is that whether they will start to use it and do it by you or by someone else. So there are many people who choose Swiss halley only because they would like to travel cheaper. It is really important for them to have some extra money in their pocket and save some money for it. But many people also choose Swiss halley because they not only want to travel cheaper, it might be obvious for them, but they would like to enhance their life standards and to make changes in their life. I mean, earning money. Some people would like to provide security for their family. Some people would like to change their lifestyle or to build new relationships, find a real one, or have acknowledgement from others, or just to have a free lifestyle. Or personally, I chose it because I really wanted to help other people after I had seen how much I could help on myself. So I do believe that Swiss halley is definitely the business opportunity of the 21st century. It's because tourism, which is one of the most lucrative and the most developing industry in the world, is combined with the internet, social media, and also network marketing. Some people might have problems and issues against network marketing. To tell the truth, I had too before, but we have to know that network marketing as a concept is a Nobel Prize invention. We can say that. The fact that convinced us was that we didn't have to fulfill the requirements each month. We didn't have to collect points and sell products, but it was enough if we had recommended only to 2 people. And we know not only 2 people who are interested in traveling, and if I can show them how they can travel cheaper, then why not? So let's talk about how we can make money out of it, because I think it's apparent now how we can travel cheaper. There are several bonuses and income from which we can benefit. The very first one is the so-called direct bonus. The direct bonus is very simple. It's like a commercial element. It means if you recommend Swiss halley to anybody, you will get 5% of that package fee that he will buy. If he buys the basic package, it will mean for you $21.25. If he buys the smart package, it will mean $63.75. If he buys the life package, it will take $148.75 for you, as many times as you recommend it to anybody. It might not sound much money, but it is immediate money. Okay, the next one is the small so-called matrix income. I've mentioned it when I talked about the chart. Now let me show it visually. I'm pretty sure you understand it, how it works. So this is the matrix. The matrix is a binary system, which means there are 4 different levels. Let's suppose that on the first level there is one guy, an English guy. On the second level there are 2 guys. Let it be a German and a Hungarian. On the third level there are 4 people, Italian, a Chinese, a Japanese, and an Egyptian. Now these people already have a certain package. Doesn't matter which package, but they have a kind of package. Now let's suppose that this English guy decides to recommend Swiss halley to one person who will buy a basic package. You remember, with the basic package you get 1 position in the small matrix. Now this last 4th level will be for those people who are getting into the system newly. These squares are called positions. There are 8 empty positions here which are expected to be filled. Now this English guy recommended it to one person who bought 1 basic package, so this person gets into the system and has a position immediately. let's suppose that this Japanese also recommends Swiss halley to one person who decides to buy a smart package. With the smart package, you remember we get 3 positions within the small matrix. 1, 2, 3. Great. Now, let's suppose that this Hungarian person also recommends Swiss halley to 2 people. Both of them buy basic packages. So 1 person, 1 package, 1 person, 1 position, basic package. Okay. And now let's assume that this person on the last level also would like to earn money, not only traveling cheaper. So he decides to recommend Swiss halley to 2 people as well. And they also buy 2 basic packages, 1 and 1. Okay, what happens when the 4th level is filled? Well, on the 1st level, this English guy will get out of the small matrix and he will get $450 cash immediately. What is the condition for this money? Is the fact that he has to recommend Swiss halley at least to 2 people. It's not compulsory. If he doesn't recommend it, he will still get out of the matrix, but until he has these 2 names in his structure, he won't get the $450. It will be in quarantine until, and he will continue his career in the large matrix. Right, what happens with the other people? Well, this matrix will be divided in the middle. There will be 2 new matrices and everybody will go 1 level higher. So from the 4th one it will be the 3rd level, from the 3rd level will be the 2nd level, and so on. So if we take a look at the matrix, we can immediately realize or recognize that the disadvantage of the matrix is that we get money out of the matrix only on the 1st level. However, the advantage of the matrix is the fact that these 8 positions on 4th level are not only filled by this one person on the 1st level, but he is basically closed together within the matrix with other people that he either knows or doesn't know. And those people on the 2nd, on the 3rd and on the 4th level can make money out of the matrix only if they are filling the positions on the last 4th level, which means that they are pushing up each other's or pushing out other people even if they are not working of the matrix, because they can get higher only this way. So we can also say it's a teamwork. What happens if we get out of the small matrix and we got this $450? We will get into the next matrix, which is called the large matrix. It is working basically the same way, but it is red color and it is called large matrix. If we get out of the small one, we will appear on the 4th level of the large matrix. Or if someone decides to buy a business package, he will immediately get a position in the large matrix and also 1 position as well in the small matrix too. Now, the large matrix absolutely works the same way. We are getting up level by level. However, on the very top of the large matrix, once we get there and the 8 positions at the 4th level are filled, we get not $450 but $6,000. And also for the first time an Apple iPad. I'm saying for the first time because once we got this money and the Apple iPad, we won't be sent to another matrix, but we will continue our career in the large matrix, always in that large matrix where our sponsor is. At the very top we will get always $6,000 with the condition if we recommend Swiss halley to 2 people, it can be always the same 2 people or it can be 2 new people as well. So this is how the matrix works. Let me show you an example to understand it better. Now this is the small matrix where we can see names as well, and we can see that Peter is on the 1st level who has already recommended it to 2 people, to Stephen and Thomas. So he fulfilled the basic requirement to have the 2 names. This matrix is filled because on the 4th level all the positions have names, so it is filled. So in this case, Peter from the 1st level will get out from this small matrix and he will get the $450 and he will go to the big matrix for $6,000. Now what happens with the others? Previously, I've just said that the matrix in the middle will be divided and everybody will get one level higher. Now, in practice, this is not really like that. But much better, I have good news for you, because we can not only get level by level within the matrices, but we can also jump 2 or 3 levels as well if we are more active than the others. How is it possible? Well, it's possible because the system is really just, in my opinion at least. So, it will take those people first, when it has the division in the middle, who fulfilled the basic requirement, the 2 names. Those people who have 2 names will come first, then those people will come who have 1 name only, and finally those people who doesn't have names. So, the 2 matrices will be filled parallelly, from left to right, from the top to the bottom. So let's see what will happen. So first come Steve, because he has the 2 names, and Thomas on the other top. And as we can see, Emily is overtaking John. He has only 1 name. And what is really interesting, that Wine overtook many people and he jumped not 1 level, but basically 2 levels. It also happened, for example, even at our team many times, that people from the very bottom jumped to the very top. How is it possible? Well, they were either faster or they had bigger packages, such as Smart Package, from which they get 3 positions. Thomas 1, Thomas 2, Thomas 3. However, Thomas 1 will immediately has the 2 names, Thomas 2 and Thomas 3. So with this Thomas 1 position, he will immediately overtake other people and he can even jump to the top, and very soon, even a week later, he can get $450 back. So after this, those people will come who has only 1 name. For example, the first one will be John, because he has David, then Daisy, then Barton, and then Olin, we can see, will overtake 5 people because they don't have any names, which means he will get money back faster than them. So everybody goes in the order how they bought the package. Okay, my good news is the fact that not only those are jumping in the matrix who are working within the Swiss halley, but also those people who absolutely don't do anything, either because they want to travel just or because they haven't had enough time yet. The order will be Bea, Eve, Todd, Cole, Emma and Nya. They are also going on in the matrix, but basically slower than the others. They might not get to the top within 3 weeks, but maybe within just 3 months. However, if they get on the top and they still don't have any name, normally they look for them and ask that 2 acquaintances, they probably have 2 acquaintances who either travel once a year or travel a lot or would like to have their hotels or boarding houses within the system, or just would like to save or just would like to earn more money. And if they recommend it to 2 people, we can see how much money they will have. However, we should know that the matrices mean only 40% of the global money which can be earned with the help of Swiss halley. So the $6,000 might sound much, but it's still not a big money. Let me show you what else is also possible with the Swiss halley. If somebody is a little bit more active, and he recommends Swiss halley not only to 2 people, but more people jumping on the career levels, he can have depth bonus as well. I'm saying he can have because it's only for those people who are getting at least to the very first career level, which is the 3 front leader, which means that this is you recommend the Swiss halley to 3 people, for example to Anne, Tom and Kate, and if you do this, then you are eligible to have depth bonus. If Anne, for example, recommends it to Sarah, then you will have money from the registration of Sarah, more exactly $13 per position. If Sarah bought a Smart Package, then she has 3 positions, so you will have 3 times $13 from this registration. You can have the depth bonus from any depths until they will get to the same career level where you are. So it is worth proceeding on the career levels, and we should know that earning much money doesn't mean working with hundreds and hundreds of people. It's enough if you work only with 6 people who are really keen on working as well. Why is it important? Because if you do the DEC, the double executive level, which means you have 6 direct colleagues who also recommend Swiss halley at least to 3 people, each of them, then you will get to the double executive level, and from that level you will have car support or car bonus as well. From this level, the system will start to collect the global turnover of your team, 0.5% of the global turnover. It might sound for you less, but don't underestimate it, because it's a global turnover. I have to emphasize it again. And once $5,000 is collected into your system, then the company will give you that car that you really long for. And since that time, the installments of the car will be paid from the car bonuses which are made each month. And the last bonus that I haven't talked about yet is the travel bonus. I find it really exciting because it's absolutely a passive income. It means if you recommend the Swiss halley to 5 people and any of them decides to book a flight ticket or a holiday or a business trip, you will immediately get 1% of that money. Now again, it might sound a small amount of money. We have a statistics in Hungary that an average family spends 1,000 euro per year for holidays. 1% of this amount is 10 euro, but you will get it from everybody that you basically directly recommend it to, and you don't have to call them during summertime to go on holiday because that's why they bought the packages. And if you are going on the career levels, for example, if you make the 3 front leader, you will get this bonus from the second depths as well, from everybody who is in your second depths. And if you are going on these career levels, this depths is going down and down as well. Okay, I'm not going to get into the career levels in a detailed way. If someone is interested in it, he can always discuss it with his or her sponsor. But just to have a general overview, we have an average statistics that so far globally our leaders, including myself as well, who got to career levels, have this average income which was counted by the company. It might be less or might be more. It might not be each month, but as they had counted each month, this is the average money that we can earn. So I do believe that it is worth at least thinking about this business opportunity as well. You don't have to do it alone if you are deciding to set up and start to build your own business as well, but obviously you will do it with your sponsor. We have many aids and helps from the company, from different DVDs to startlets, and also we keep web conferences, not only the information lessons about Swiss halley, but also trainings in different languages. These are kept weekly, and also anybody can invite their friends who are interested in Swiss halley to these web conferences. Also we work one by one on Skype as well. So I do hope I raised your interest, at least to think about it. If you would like to ask your questions, you can find my available contacts on the last slide. You can also write me an email or contact me on Skype. Also, you can find my direct link if you decided to register within my sponsorship. And I will help you everything in the short and the long run to help you both booking and both building your own. I do hope we will work together in the long run, and not only work together but travel all around the world. So have a lovely day.